Adam, first of all, on your injury, everything's better now with the neck?
Yeah, it's a ongoing process. I'm sure I'll be fine for the first game, but yeah, I just had a bit of a viral infection when I first arrived, and then probably pushed it, and just body wasn't ready, so I'll be okay for the first game. I think.
If I'm correct, the last time you guys played here, the last interview was with you as well.
Is that right? I can't remember. It's been a few years now. Yeah. It's got some fond memories and tough series here as well. I actually don't think I've ever won an ODI here against South Africa. We got beat 5-0 years ago and then 3-0 last time, so it's always a tough place for us to come and play, but yeah, good memories.
Yeah, and also that last match you got the wicket of Heinrich Klaassen. He seems to be the guy who's the best against spin. Are you looking forward to a challenge?
Yeah, he's a big challenge. He's probably even more of a challenge now than he was a few years ago. He's one of the best players in the world at the moment. Played with him at the Oval Invincibles as well in the 100, and yeah, saw it firsthand. So he's a pretty special player. So it's going to be a big challenge.
Cricket is pretty much a confidence game. You guys, it's a different ball game. It's different code. It's different players, but still there's confidence from you guys. Is it good coming to the series?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a bit of some fresh faces in the squad as well. We added to our depth in the T20s. It was nice to get some games into some young guys who have done really well in the BBL, and they all did really well for us as well. So add some depth, but yeah, it gives us a lot of confidence as well. I mean, I think last time we played here, we beat you guys in the T20s as well, and then didn't play our best cricket in the one days. So as I said, really tough place to play. South Africa have a really good team. Obviously they had some outs as well in the T20s, so some big names coming back. So it's definitely going to be a challenge.
A bit of scarring from Durban or not? You don't think it would have left a? As I say, it's a different squad, but still.
Mate, someone who's been a professional cricketer for a long time, I think cricketers have a really good ability of getting over bad days and leaving that to one side. So I'm sure South Africa boys will be exactly the same. There might be some scars from a few players who might be down on confidence, but that's cricket and guys will work it out. It's going to be a tough series.
Last one from me. South Africa selecting the side today, going to the World Cup. Do you think it's a good thing to have that side before the series, or shouldn't have been afterwards for the guys to perform better? I don't know.
As far as I know, I think the teams have to be in tomorrow. It's like an ICC rule, and then I actually believe that you can change it before the World Cup as well. So it's just a formality. Yeah.
Adam, big series for both teams with the World Cup looming, 5 ODIs. Yeah, you guys also playing India, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yep.
What are you guys looking to achieve in the next 5 games?
Yeah, I mean, probably just build up the intensity towards the World Cup. We've got a lot of players here. And just I guess game time is really important, but also time away from the game as well. We've got so much cricket coming up, so I don't think you'll see a lot of guys playing every single game up until the start of the World Cup. So yeah, it's a balancing act, making sure that when you do play, you are ready and playing at high intensity, and if not, you're getting that time away from it and getting ready for the World Cup, because I think we've got like 10 ODIs before the first World Cup game, so it's a lot to ask. Just as I said to you, play with high intensity when you do, and then get away from it when you're not.
Always good to see fresh faces, but also nice to see some of the big guns back, especially after that grueling Ashes, and nice opportunity for them to have recuperated after the last few weeks.
Definitely, it's important. I mean, getting home and getting time with family and getting away from cricket's really important. So some of the guys have done that after the Ashes, as I said before, we've got a pretty grueling schedule coming up: 5 ODIs, and then 5 in India before the World Cup, and then the World Cups are always really hard, particularly in one-day cricket. You're obviously flying, from ground to ground every few days, so it is pretty grueling. So yeah, it's nice that a few boys went home and got fresh.
And a couple of South Africa's big guns also coming back for this series. Quinton de Kock, David, one of those guys. So they're also going to bring a different dynamic than the T20s.
Definitely. Tough opponent, South Africa. We mentioned Heinrich before. Guys like Dave Miller coming back in as well, and Quinny. So it's going to be a tough series, as I said multiple times now. It's South Africa here in South Africa. It's a tough opponent.
And the field's looking nice and fresh for this time of the year.
Yeah, it does. It's nice and fresh here. I couldn't believe how cold it was when I first arrived. So it's nice now that the sun's out, but it'll be interesting to see once the lights turn on and the sun goes down. It's meant to be pretty chilly, which I'm not too excited about, but we'll be okay.
Great, thank you.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate